filming a video after 5 months. Oh my god. Hi gang. So it's been a couple months since my last video. But as senior year is wrapping up, that just made me so sad. Senior year is wrapping up, and so I have what my school is calling prom, but not official prom, because it's against guidelines. I've decided to tackle the challenge of making my own prom dress. I'm decent at sewing. I'm not that, how do I say this? I'm not super advanced, but I can get by. I've made this before. So I made this during junior year, which is probably the best costume I've made so far. I've done some mild research over the last couple of years, just sort of looking at different inspiration, different dress styles and stuff like that. And I want my prom dress to be pretty timeless and nothing too, I mean, you want it to be kind of crazy, or you want it to be kind of a statement. But anyways, I decided to make my prom dress. And I'm not gonna procrastinate this the way I did with my Halloween thing. Yeah, the Pennywise thing, I did that in a day. Very big mistake. It took me literally a day. It's not like 8 hours that you're awake. I did it in about 16 or so. Also because if you don't really know what you're doing, it takes you a lot longer to piece your way through it. I think it was PSAT day, so a lot of people already weren't coming to class, so I may have stayed home to sew a costume that I put off for a whole month, and I woke up pretty early to do it, and I slept at 4:30, got up at about 6 to do my hair and makeup for it, and then went to school looking like that. It was a pretty fun experience. A lot of people looked at me on the train. A lot of people were impressed, so it kind of made being on 1.5 hours of sleep pretty worth it. So there's that. My prom is in about 3 weeks or so. Yeah, and I'm definitely not doing all of that in one day. I don't really want the same stress for my prom dress, and I want it to look nice. So today I'm gonna run some errands, so I will take you with me. Okay, so welcome to my bathroom again. So last time I talked was the day that I went out to get fabric. This is the inspo. I saw this dress on this woman during the Oscars, I think in 2019. I hate the bottom, but I really liked the top and the sheer on the side. I was just like, well, that's a good way to be a little scandalous, but not really like flash my cleavage, because I wanted my prom dress to be more, how do I say this, timeless. It's something that's not overly exposed, I guess. So that's why the side boob feature of it is like a little sexy, but not enough so that I'd be scared of like my boob popping out if I was dancing. So last time I went fabric shopping, there's a really nice fabric store near me. There's actually a couple. I bought in black because I wanted my dress to be black. I don't know, I wanted a bit of a stiffer material for the front, and then you'd have the sheer on the side, and then hopefully instead of that kind of skirt, just a regular prom dress style skirt. I'm hoping this idea translates better in person. I just avoided something that was too soft or like stretchy, because that material is for more advanced people. Like, you would need to know how to stretch out material properly for that and work with it stretching, so I avoided that and went for the drapes. Right now I'm gonna work on the pattern. So far I've made the back, and that's this. And then now I'm in the process of making the front. I look crazy. So ideally, you know, that's where the arms, like, I mean, this whole side's gonna be peeking out anyway, but I'd want this to cinch towards the waist a bit more. And I just had to make sure, like, this top part lines up with the top back part, so it's more or less the same. Honestly, it's a pretty easy, like, it's a pretty simple design. I just need to make sure the measurements are all right so I don't have to buy more fabric. So I've made the top. I always underestimate sewing. Another thing is you always need clean edges, because then raw edges just tend to make it look unfinished a lot of the time, and I really struggling with the zipper part of this. I mean, here. So I'm working on this right now. I just made 3 little indents from here to here to here before I use my machine again, because I don't have any pins. Okay, gang, this is what we have so far. It kind of looks like, what do you call it? When you're at the barber shop and then they put the thing over you because they're gonna cut your hair. So this is what I have. I'm glad that the neck part, my neck is a lot smaller than I anticipated. So I'm glad that the neck part isn't too tight. I thought it was gonna strangle me a lot more. So we're looking a little crazy. So the goal is, anyway, it's to take in the sides. So there's a lot of extra flaps. And because I'm a whore, because I'm feeling a little scandalous for prom, the idea is that these are gonna come in. Oh, this is gonna come in a little bit. And it's gonna be open like that. Oh, and this is the back. I need to touch the zipper up a little bit because it's like, my machine won't go all the way to the end, but there's a gaping hole. So it's actually not looking horrific. Okay, before I lose the thing, this is the real vision, you know? So it's gonna come down. It's just not this. Okay, so this is the workstation. It looks very messy, but my house is messy, so spare me. It's very hot. My brain's low-key kind of deteriorating. So I said I wouldn't put this off until the last minute, but it's currently Wednesday and prom is the following Tuesday. I barely got the top done. I need to do the side slits more, but overall the general structure of the top is done. Okay, so I've pinned the front and back just so I can hopefully sew one long line in the process. Okay, this is better. So now I just have to put the shear on the side to make it wrap around a little bit. Yeah, I don't want to make it too thin because I have a chest. This is how much shear I've wasted trying to do the sides. I'm kind of losing my mind now. It's about 10:30. It's just not working how I want it to, and my machine also got jammed in the middle of it, so I had to take out a lot of things and I forgot how to do certain things. Oh. Okay, so this is the thing so far. I was genuinely about to start crying because I thought I had to redo it. It's pretty tight, but then again, it's also really hot right now, so just did the most embarrassing shimmy out of my prom top because it was too hot. Actually, I'm kind of pink right now. It's 2:05 in the morning. I'm sick of this. Some tutorials on YouTube are not helping me right now, and it might just be because my brain is lagging, but I can't stand this anymore. I hate math so much. I don't understand why this one video said to divide your waist by 4 and then to multiply it by 4. Yeah, I'm sick of this. I'm gonna go to bed.
Nag-isa pang triangle? O, nakwal ka!
So I've been struggling, but I finally have the skirt part. This is see-through, but I'm putting something else underneath it. But at least the skirt will be cool enough to wrap around. I'm gonna put an elastic on it, so it's gonna scrunch a little bit, and it's more than enough to wrap around my waist, so the elastic will still have room to stretch, but like, we have full skirt now. This is the skirt part so far. So the good news is I adjusted the top so that this would, so the sleeves wouldn't come out as much. So then it's just more of a rectangle silhouette, and I like it. I've reached this point. I'm doing these little hook and eye things just because I'm not attaching the top to the skirt, just because I don't really know how to do that without potentially messing everything up. So my grandma, who knows how to sew, told me that I can hook and eye things, and then I'm just gonna tie a ribbon around the waist where those two would meet, just so that the edge isn't as raw, and hopefully I can get away with it. Prom is literally tomorrow. I'm finishing this the day before, and I said I wouldn't do that at the beginning of this video. So we have 2 of these things, and I'm wearing the top right now just so I can put it on after. Like, the top that I'm wearing has a hook right there. Nah, last one, here we go. One more. I'm gonna go crazy. It's done.
Three, two, one.
Hyping you up. Yeah, baby.